Hey guys, welcome back to the Blue Podcast Network. This is the Grain Show with a very different host of hosts.
Yeah.
Hi Matt. Hi Rhys. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all good.
Good. Well, we're doing the F1 movie today, so that's why we've got our resident Checkered Show hosts joining us. Spoiler-free start. Good or bad?
Amazing.
Yeah, it was a good film.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even for a purist.
There's bits in it that is unrealistic
Yep.
for me, but in terms of the actual film, like the cinema of it,
Yeah.
like the cars on track, it's a really good film.
Cool.
Like the way they shot it.
As a purist as well, I would say like for me, I think there are things that are inaccurate, yes, but they don't matter to the storyline because it still makes sense and you could picture most things happening in real life, and the things that wouldn't happen don't matter.
Now, spoilers.
Okay, well,
Double changing the tyres on a pit stop, never going to happen.
oh no. And also, like, you know, him crashing into everything at the Hungarian Grand Prix, he'd have been disqualified.
He would have been banned. He would have been banned from the sport for literally doing that.
Well, I don't think he'd be banned from the sport, but he'd get a race ban, yeah.
Literal carnage he's doing. He's trying to create Crashgate, which was like, do you know about the whole thing of Crashgate?
Educate me as if I wasn't someone.
So in the 2008 Singapore Grand Prix,
oh, he's gone.
He knows the year.
Yeah.
I know it's Singapore. I don't know the year.
basically the Renault team, basically Nelson Piquet crashed on purpose, caused the safety car, and then Fernando Alonso then had the lead and he won the Grand Prix, but it was all he was told to do that and crash on the safety car.
Well,
get the win.
allegedly. We
and
can't
now,
say for sure.
And now with that, there's a whole thing of Massa wants his World Championship back from 2008 because he's arguing that he lost the title because of that and things like that.
But they can't prove it though.
And then the team principal was banned from the sport, and now he's just randomly come back to Formula One. Briatore.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know about this.
He just come back, and he was banned. He was never he was never unbanned, and he just
came back
in the sport again. I don't know how.
He's come back in a different role, hasn't he?
He's now come back as an advisor.
Advisor, yeah.
But now he's like a team principal because the one before Ollie Oaks he's gone.
I mean, obviously, if we're talking about realism as well, the whole movie doesn't work because Brad Pitt is like 61, I think he is.
And I think in the movie he's like 50.
But still, you wouldn't have a 50-year-old coming into F1 and
Fernando Alonso might still be there when he's 50.
Who will?
Fernando Alonso might still be here when he's 50.
How old is he now? He must be nearby.
43.
Yeah.
43, yeah. I don't see him going on for another 7 years though. But
you never know, mate.
You never know.
Movies can become reality.
Exactly.
I did think like it doesn't matter, but I love the way that they used other tracks around the world and then merged them to make it look like the real tracks. Like, a lot of the filming was done at Brands Hatch, which is not at all in the movie, but they've made it look like the actual tracks. Like the Monza crash was filmed at Brands Hatch, and then they CGI'd Monza into the background because apparently there's a certain angle that they show where if you look behind Brad Pitt's car, you can see that it's not Monza because the background looks nothing like Monza. It looks like Brands Hatch.
Yeah, but I think with movies like that, unless you're being like really picky, you're not going to see it at the moment.
No, I didn't see it. I mean, the one bit I knew was Brad Pitt's crash at the start. I knew that was the last time at Brands Hatch because I've been there, but the normal person's not going to know that. Yeah.
All right. Let's go from the start. Brad Pitt is playing a, very typical. This guy's old, but he knows what he can do. He can drive a car. He can win a race, but he's a bit edgy. Yeah. And cast list, please, name, because he's one of the most famous.
Who?
No, the guy that owns the team.
Oh, he is.
Because he's an extremely famous actor, and I can't believe I forgot his name.
Javier Bardem.
Yes.
I didn't know he was that famous.
Bro, Skyfall.
I've recognised.
I've
recognised him, but I didn't know if he was that famous.
No, he's a very, very famous, very decorated actor. He obviously owns Apex, completely brand new team. So they had 11 teams in.
Was it not their third season?
No, it said it was their third season.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying there was compared to real life, there's now an extra team. In the F1, and they've been around for 3 seasons, and they've never got points.
Yeah. Which is realistic, to be fair.
Yeah.
Is it?
When you're a newcomer team,
I mean,
you're not expected to just.
I would imagine I'm going to say in 3 seasons you would think they'd get 1 point.
Haas, when they came in 2016, they got P6.
Yeah, they'd have got a point. You'd imagine they'd get a point, but If you got unlucky, maybe.
Like, surely at a certain point, luck does just come into play.
I'd also say that I don't get... The one thing I don't get is how much difference a win makes, because obviously when he comes with the offer to Brad Pitt in that bar, he says to him, we have to win a race by the end of the season or the team's getting shut down. But I don't get why a win makes so much of a difference.
No, it was to do with the board. The board said, unless you win a race, we will get rid of you.
I guess, but
that's how
are
it
they
works.
expecting him to go from not getting points to winning a race?
But I think that's just because of how much money they were losing. They were just
Yeah.
like, unless you win a race, like this is based. Basically, the way they were portraying it is, we don't want you here. We want to get rid of you.
True.
So we're going to give you an ultimatum that's basically impossible.
Yeah.
But Brad Pitt does it. Oh shit! Spoilers.
We've already said spoilers.
Yes.
Do you know what I liked about that scene though, which I found out afterwards? They filmed at Abu Dhabi both drivers winning, so that the crowd there didn't get the spoiler of who won it.
Oh, did
they filmed a scene of Josh Pearce on the podium with Russell and Leclerc, so that people thought he might have won it as well, so that they didn't know at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was quite cool.
That's really smart from, like, that does show a level of intelligence.
Because otherwise, like, obviously after the Grand Prix, it would have been leaked. Oh, in the last scene, Brad Pitt's going to win the race.
Yeah.
Like, and everyone would have known. It would have been, oh, well, that's disappointing.
Yeah. Some like, the amount of money that must have been pumped into this movie is...
I think their budget was
it's like
200 million.
Yeah, so it's like 200 million.
somewhere.
I think over the weekend, I think I saw they made like 140 million.
Yeah, so they're already close to...
So they're
Oh yeah, I know they'll break. I knew they were going to break
yeah,
it, but I'm
they'll-
saying, like, the fact that they've got what's it? FIA's approval.
FIA, yeah.
Formula One,
Everything.
Mercedes helped build that car that they were
Yeah.
using.
Yeah, because I think it was an F2 car in all specs, but they made it look like an F1
Yeah.
car. So you wouldn't know the difference because they altered the sound to make it sound like an F1 car as well. Like, apparently if you saw it being filmed, it sounded like an F2 car, but then they've
Oh, they also did
sound
it
over the
post.
top.
Yeah, fair. So yeah, Javier comes in, gives Brad Pitt basically the golden ticket, I'd say, that I think both of you would probably snap up in a fucking heartbeat.
I think anyone would.
Yeah,
It'd be stupid not to.
And they go to Silverstone. Doesn't go particularly to plan.
I mean, he breaks the lap time he was trying to break.
Yeah.
I know he crashes, but he breaks the lap time.
Do you think it'd be possible for someone to not been in an F1 car for, what was it, 30 years, come back, get in an F1 car, and be within a second of an F1 driver?
No, because this
the
is
training you've got to go through. It's just I know obviously at the start he was doing IMSA, so that's slightly different. You don't go through nearly as much training as you do for that, because you're in actual road cars. It's different, but yeah, the training you have to go through, it's like it's insane. And also said I think IMSA, that race that he was in, I think that happens in like February, January. But then when he was at Silverstone,
that would have been July.
That's like July.
But again,
that's a massive gap. But
Yeah, but
that's of course where the film.
I thought the race was Daytona anyway, 24 hours Daytona.
Yeah.
But no, all I would say is that was the one thing that did annoy me throughout it is I know this whole gimmick that, you know, all he had to do was run and that's the only training he did, and his reaction time thing with the tennis balls. But in reality, to drive an F1 car, the amount of G-force you get, you have to do like serious training, or you just literally...
Well, do you not think that
to.
was kind of portrayed in the movie by the fact that his body was being destroyed?
Yeah. I think so. But it still physically wouldn't be possible to drive at the speeds he was without training, because the G-force would literally snap your neck.
I mean, it's a bit of a, you know, Maverick, Top Gun type movie, and Tom Cruise is similar in the sense of doesn't like train like these pilots do, but he can get into a fighter pilot and just do what he
It's very similar
wants.
stories, but like different industries, I'd say, but very similar actual storyline.
Do you think that the movie was benefited by the fact that the FIA, Mercedes, etc., were helping them?
Well, without that, the movie wouldn't.
Yeah, you wouldn't have got the cars on the track or anything like that.
I'm still shocked they did.
Obviously, having the drivers in the film as well just makes it feel more authentic. And
Mini Mint was in one of the shots.
Was it?
Silverstone.
Yeah, I saw that. It's so funny. Mini Mint is in the F1 movie.
If you want to come on the podcast, let us know.
I love how he said he wanted to get credited in the credits.
Yeah.
But obviously, like he wasn't even like planned to be in it. He was just on the grid.
Mm-hmm.
But I did see something which I wanted to ask you about. Yeah. What your opinion is on it. I saw people saying that the fact they used the crowd and like just got them to do things without their permission was a bit sketchy, because you're kind of just doing unpaid labour without crediting them.
Free use.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
because
You can film in public because it's the same in a Sky Sports coverage of F1 or Drive to Survive.
anything
Exactly the
anything
same.
at the circuit is effectively
Free use.
theirs to use sort
Yeah.
of thing.
I guess so.
So in a way, you can't just go to a race and just film the whole race on your phone. You
No.
can't really
No.
do that. Sort of
They
thing.
will- they'll take it down.
They made the crowd do things. Like they said, right, we're gonna come around with the cars now, and you're gonna have to act like this, act like you're surprised about this. Like I saw Monza, you know, the grandstand behind where Josh Pearce like supposedly crashed. They tried to make the crowd do a reaction, didn't make the final cut, but like they had to act all shocked and stuff about the crash.
Yeah,
Which
but
I was like,
let's be honest. If you're in that situation, I'm like, fuck yeah.
you know, I would. But
Yeah.
some people are grumpy and they'd say, oh, you shouldn't be like making a crowd do that without them.
Yeah, but that's just some arsehole.
That's
True.
just wokeness.
I saw
Yeah.
people suggesting that it was a bit sketchy, so I was.
Nah, you're just being a bit
Yeah.
woke there.
Yeah.
If the people, if the
That's a woke nonsense.
That's a woke
at the end of the
nonsense.
day, the people who are in the crowd didn't have a problem with it, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
And also, like, if you're in the crowd, you're an F1 purist who wants to be involved in a movie with F1,
sure, yeah.
and you're basically in one of the biggest movies probably of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no, what a shame.
I do think this movie, like, I had high expectations, but it surpassed them. Like I thought, as someone who loves F1, like the scenes of the racing, like
The racing scenes were phenomenal.
It's just the fact as well, like when they were doing interviews and stuff after the race, the way they do the interviews looks exactly like how Sky Sports do them. Like
Yeah.
you would have thought the interviews after the race were like a Sky Sports interview,
No.
which is like it's so clever the way they've.
The recreation was
Tuned in.
Yeah.
very, very good. And as we said before, it wouldn't have been possible unless the FIA were backing this movie. Why do you think they did?
I think because F1's one of those sports that they want to bring new fans in. They're putting all these new races in to try and bring new fans in, and they know that this is like the ultimate test because people might watch Drive to Survive, but what do people do more? They go to the cinema, and if you make a movie and it does well and it looks good, then that's going to get more
Yeah.
publicity than anything.
I mean, my girlfriend after the movie was texting her friend who's about to go working in cars. She was like, "Oh, I just watched the F1 movie. It was amazing. I can't wait to watch my next race." And I was like, "Yeah, we'll see about that."
but this is my one worry is if people watch this movie and they're going to come and start watching F1 and think every race is going to be crazy like the races in the F1 movie, they're going to be thoroughly disappointed.
I will say though, the last few races have been yes, dull in the front of the pack, but entertaining in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, I think Austria, I didn't actually watch Austria, but it looked entertaining enough.
I do like the fact that McLarens are fighting.
Yeah.
It makes it like
it's fun rather than just one.
I was worried after Monza that they were going to stop, but thankfully they haven't.
Do you think it's just because Zach's American and he's like, this is what the fans want?
Maybe.
Well, yeah,
Maybe.
that's what, I think that's what they've always said. They said, yeah, we want them to fight as well, but as long as they keep it clean, it's fine.
I'm bringing it back to the movie.
Sorry, yes.
That cameo from Zach Brown and who was the
Yeah.
other one?
Fred
That
Vasseur, the
was
press
awful. If you're going to get Zach Brown and Fred Vasseur in a movie, let them choose a line they're going to say because it just looks so robotic. Whereas Zach Brown's a funny guy. If you said to him, make a line trashing Apex, he'd have come up with something funny.
Yeah. Well, but we don't know that they didn't not get lines.
Maybe, but I think it looked like something very scripted.
Yeah, it wasn't my favourite part of the movie. It was cool to see them in there and do that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, it's a bit shit.
I know how hard it would have been, but I wish they had more drivers like having lines in there.
Yeah.
Because the only one I think that I can think of was the team radio that Max had, which was taken from another race anyway.
And, didn't we have Fernando Alonso in the presser after
Yes.
as well, going up to
Went up, tapped
yeah.
what's his name on the back.
Brad Pitt, I think it was.
He's like,
yeah.
God, thank God.
And
you're older
Toto
than me."
Wolff obviously
Toto
has
Wolff.
that thing at the
Toto
end where he
Wolff,
said, "You know where to find me."
But it did feel like the parts that had anyone that wasn't an actor in it were very robotic.
But they're
Yeah.
not actors at the end of
No,
the day.
I know,
They
I
are
know.
just drivers. And I did like the Gunther Steiner scene. I thought that was
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was,
Yes,
he
that was
was the
good.
best because that was good and that was realistic.
yeah, I was thinking that they he obviously said he won with Ferrari, was it in the movie?
Yeah, he said that he'd won like 6 constructors titles. or
Yeah,
something.
and I was like, did you?
But also, why would you join a new F1 team if you're that pedigree? Surely, if you're that pedigree, you've got an offer from a better team.
It might have been a long time ago.
Maybe.
Because I think the idea was that we wouldn't know which era he was in.
True.
Like, it was a long time ago.
What did you think of like the storyline in general? Though, like, you know, Brad Pitt's had this crash and then he comes back to the sport. Like, did you think the story worked or not?
I think if it was any other actor, I would have said no. But I think Brad Pitt epitomised exactly that character very, very well.
I agree. What do you think?
I don't know what Brad Pitt's like in his films and things like that. But
I was saying, like,
Same,
is
Yeah, as a
saying, like,
story, what
did he
did you
do well?
think?
yeah, I thought the story was really good. I thought that they built it up really well. I think that they went into details with a lot of the characters. I think we got to know them quite well and things. So yeah, I think it was a good storyline.
I think they also portrayed like Brad Pitt still had an ego, like he wasn't just this like perfect older man who
Well, that was the whole
like knows
problem with
everything
him.
he's doing. But like it's because if you're a driver, you have to have an ego. You have to think you're the best.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah,
a
to some
very
extent,
very
yes.
well
Yeah,
known
yeah.
thing that
For
to
sure.
be the best, you have to think you're the best type thing, especially in driving.
Oh yeah.
So I think they did the character trope quite well, where he wasn't like too far one way and too far the other way. He got a good balance in the middle. It's something that they could have got wrong.
But I think that's the same with Damson Idris's character,
Yeah.
Joshua Pierce. I thought he as well, he was a rookie, but he still said like,
This
you
is
know,
what you
I'm going to
expect.
be the best. I'm
Yeah.
going to be the best, and all of this. And he was saying, "Oh, it's my team. You're not going to be able to keep up with me." And that's good because I think that's realistic. A rookie
Yeah.
would come into a team and they'd be having all that fighting talk.
Yeah, and I don't think they like. I don't think they threw it in your face too much. The like typical. We all knew that something was going to go right, but they didn't really throw it in your face too much. It wasn't like it was. You know, because you've watched movies before, you wouldn't know because you've watched the movie.
I think you knew that they were obviously going to win the race.
Yeah.
That to me was obvious, but the way they did it was not obvious.
Yeah.
Like, you could have thought, like, you know, the Las Vegas race where he started driving really like angrily. You could have thought that he was going to win it there at home as well. But then, I thought the story worked well.
Yeah, I think they put the bumps in the road, mind the pun, at good points in the movie where it made sure that it wasn't just good. It was, this is going all right. Fuck. This is going right. Fuck.
Yeah. Was I the only one as well though? Because out of all my friends, I was the only one who saw it coming. The Josh Pierce crash.
I didn't expect that.
Because I did purely because like the foreshadowing of him watching Brad Pitt crash like over and over again. Like in the first few scenes, he was watching it.
I didn't think that was foreshadowing.
Oh, I thought it was. I looked at that and I was like, he's seeing this crash because it's the way he like slammed the laptop shut because he couldn't bear to watch it.
I mean, it did look like a horrific crash. The Sunny crash looked.
Oh yeah.
That's
But
a
fucking
real
horrific.
crash. That's the thing. Like,
Is
a,
it?
lot, a lot of the things, even the crash with Idris when he at Monza, that's a real.
That's
crash
based
as
off a
well.
real crash. Yeah.
It's a real crash.
It-
I can show you after.
The Damson Idris one was an F2 crash. Who was the crash based off? Sunny
Sunny
Hayes. I
Hayes.
can't remember.
I can't remember.
I
But
know
I know
it's
the
a real
that whole
crash.
scene.
So the
thing
footage is actually from real footage.
Yeah. Like even
A
like,
lot
a lot of the overtakes as well were actual real stuff. So I think when he overtook Leclerc at Mexico, when he went right to the glass,
That's a real.
that was
that's a real
Lewis.
overtake.
That was Lewis and Leclerc a few years ago.
But they dubbed
Or
the.
They've just
Apex
covered
car.
the Apex car over the top of it.
It's
Yeah,
so
basically,
clever.
yeah. So that's a lot of the moves that you see is based on.
That's
actual
so
real life
good.
overtakes.
That's why it's so clever because like we were watching these like as F1 fans, we're watching these movies and thinking I've seen this before.
Yeah.
And then it's because it's a real overtake and what they've done is they've got the Apex car on the track and they've got it to perfectly hit the marker
Oh, and then
Yeah.
they just
they can
CGI'd
just
over the top
like
of the actual
Yeah.
like,
overtake.
but that's why I'm so impressed by Brad Pitt and Damson Idris because they've had to get those cars on like perfect.
Yeah, it's different. It's different to just
telemetry
normal acting you can as a person, but actually getting in the car and actually perfecting that as well.
Yeah.
It's so
Because
difficult.
why this is given so much, like, this feels a very Tom Cruise-esque movie. This is why
Yes.
this has been given that, is because with Tom Cruise, he does roughly all his own stunts.
Yeah.
It's similar with this movie, and I think that always makes the movie better.
It's like they had like 20 minutes to film all these scenes, and if they didn't do it perfectly, then the CGI wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
think,
so-
think, think
it's
when
so
when I
incredible.
was like doing the national anthem at the start of the British Grand Prix, that is actually happening. So they've got to make sure they get that shot perfectly, because if not, they're just going to miss out.
Yeah.
Because then they can't like redo the
So
national anthem.
I
That's
think
not a
also,
thing.
I think it just shows how great of actors both of them are.
Yeah.
The fact that they
Yeah.
can just.
Because if they mess that up, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's their chance gone.
Yeah.
And that scene has to be completely cut.
I mean, Idris has been in quite a few things over the last few years now, hasn't he? He's been.
I'm not actually seen him.
He's definitely
He's
one of
very
those up
good.
and comers. Yeah.
I really liked him. I
think
thought he was
this
good.
will probably be his, like.
That was his
break
biggest
now.
biggest one.
Well, his
Like,
big
I
break.
think. Obviously, I don't know.
He's gonna be hot.
But from this, surely you're going to see much more.
Yeah.
bigger film.
It helps he looks good as well.
I was shocked to find out that it was an Apple film because they're not normally amazing. I know it's had lots of other producers, but this is definitely the best film Apple have ever made.
It's probably because they saw where this could go.
Yeah.
Like, someone would have thought of this idea. They probably would have pitched it to the FIA, and they would have pitched it, or they'd have pitched it to a bunch of studios and said, we want to go to the FIA with this. And Apple were like, well, we could do this.
Yeah.
This would be very good for our brand, let alone...
Yeah.
I think Apple will get a lot more from this because they're not a very big movie maker yet.
They don't normally put movies in cinema either.
No, that's what I mean. Like, it normally goes straight on. So the fact they've done this, I feel like it's kind of a turning point for Apple as well.
Yeah, I mean Apple's Apple, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big company, but as a filmmaker,
yes, as a studio.
Yeah,
as a studio, yeah. All right, we'll finish off with 3 good, 3 bad. We'll start with Rhys. I want 3 good things.
3 good things. Well, first of all, the final scene of when Bradley's just gone for it on the last lap. I think that scene is
that was like chills.
I think that's probably one of my favourite scenes of the film.
Yeah,
I think that
when he wins.
Good. Yeah, and when he wins and stuff like that. Overall, just seeing the drive and just seeing the authenticity of people I watch and stuff like that, which is really cool.
And third?
A third good thing. Can't think of a third.
There's a long movie. It's a long movie.
There's a big list of good things.
Come on, anything. It's been put on the spot.
I don't know what I meant to say that it's good. I just think it's a good film, but.
So you can just say that it's a good film.
Yeah, it's a good film.
There we go.
It's a good film.
Well, my first thing, it's a bit of a random one, but the fact they had Crofty and Martin Brundle in the whole film, to me that was like incredible because the realism that gives you and the scene at the end of Abu Dhabi of them in the commentary box, that was so cool.
Also, they are really good actors.
Oh but they are in a way actors anyway because I say commentators are kind of bordering a line of acting and just talking because you kind of have to act a bit. But
and if you want to see more commentary, come to the Blue Podcast Network charity match on the 13th of July in Oxford.
Yeah. what's not to love?
Can I just say with the commentary, I saw some people say that there was too much commentary.
No, it made it good.
They felt like ruined it. So I don't know if you guys felt.
My second,
I agree. I feel like it helped tell the story rather than them actually.
Yeah, agreed.
Doing it. So
because they obviously because they didn't show any whole races, it helped when they were cutting between laps and saying, "Oh, and it's lap 20 now." And it gave you context. It basically was narration.
Yeah.
But my second good thing was the way that they used other tracks around the country and made it look like it was other tracks because that is not easy to do because no 2 corners in the world match up perfectly. So the fact they managed to do it and make it look good. And then number 3, I'll say I think it sounds stupid, but the crash scenes, I think it's so really
It's really good.
It's so easy to make a crash look too over dramatic because obviously the car caught on fire in the Monza scene, that would be so easy to make it look like really dramatic and then that just looks stupid, but it looked like a real crash. It looked like when Grosjean's car caught on fire, it looked like that
because it's the same injuries pretty much.
But the fireball and stuff it looked like an F1 car on fire, not like just a big explosion.
All right, I'm going to go with the acting. I thought from the 2 leads was, actually from pretty much all the actors was pretty spot on.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone who I didn't really like the acting of.
Apart from the good acting from the actors.
Yeah, the drivers aren't there to act, they're there just to be like, look, it's drivers.
The racing scenes were exceptional. I loved the angle where they'd be facing the front, they'd almost turn 180. You'd see the car next to them, and then you'd see Brad Pitt's face.
Yeah, that was so
those
cool,
shots was like, ooh.
Have you seen pictures of how the car actually looks with all the cameras on it?
No,
it's just like
we'll have to look afterwards.
Tons of cameras on it.
Oh yeah, I bet. And then,
so one question quickly about what you just said. Would you say this is better cinematography, the same or worse than Top Gun Maverick? Because obviously they're same directors, same people.
You put me on the spot here.
Because I would say it's better because it's so hard to film what they filmed. I know it's hard with Maverick as well, but
I'm not going to put my foot in the door there.
I would say this is better cinematically. It's the same directors and the same.
I'm pushing you.
Very similar.
I'm pushing you for an answer.
Yeah,
You're
go on.
pushing me for an answer.
Go on, give us an answer.
The people want.
The thing is, I'm going to have recency bias.
Yeah, that is true.
I'm going to have recency bias with F1. I think, because I've got F1 in my head, I'll say F1. But I think I need to rewatch Top Gun Maverick
Yeah, true.
and then decide then. But I'll say F1 for now because they're pushing me for answers. It's a small detail, but the toll on Brad Pitt's body, Sonia Hayes' body. It's a very small detail.
I agree.
That I think they did quite well.
Yeah.
I would also say, actually, no, we'll get into negative things.
Yeah.
No worries. I'll say it in the negative things.
I'll start with the negatives. The not actors acting.
Yeah. I don't blame that for that on them though.
No.
It's kind of not the movie's fault, but the cheese. Like, it's just movies these days have a bit of cheese.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like-
I get what you mean.
Like,
It had to though.
yeah, it's always going to happen. It's similar to Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick had cheese. It's not necessarily the movie's fault, and it's a very small negative. It's just cheesy. At very few points, but at points. And third negative, there's not many, you know.
For me, there's one big one which is not actually related to F1 because I know yours will probably be F1 related.
Yeah.
Slight unrealism, which might cause people to then watch an F1 race and go, "Oh, this is crap," and then never watch it again.
That's what I think. That I'll use that as my first negative in a different way though. I'll say for me, it's like the movie was intended to bring in new fans, but I think it's going to bring in the wrong profile of people because they're going to expect it to be that action-packed sport, and it's not that. It is for maybe 10 of 60 laps, but then the other 50 is about different things that the race that you need to learn about rather than getting from the movie.
You need to learn it.
My biggest negative, I'd say, is the way that females were treated in it. I'd say because there were two main females in it. One of them sleeps with one of the drivers from a position of power. The other one is made to be like stupid and like thick.
Yeah, but then she's not.
No, I know she's not, but like I think it's kind of.
Yeah,
I don't know. For me, it was a bit weird.
Why did it have to be her that was portrayed as?
Well, there was an English actress who was completely cut from the movie. You saw her in one scene.
Yeah.
She was supposed to be in a lot more of the movie. I think for Idris's character's side of things, but she got cut completely.
Oh,
okay.
But no, but that was for
she's
me.
in sex education.
For me, I found it a bit weird that like both the females had something negative about them, like especially how the whole narrative of the chief technician, she was like kind of, oh, I'm a woman in this sport who's trying to prove that I am the best and that's why I'm here, and I'm not here because I'm the resident girl, and then she sleeps with one of the drivers. Like that's to me was a bit. It ruined the whole point of it.
Hayes.
Yeah, I mean, also it was so obvious, like from the start, that first scene. But I don't know, I didn't like that. And then the third thing, I guess, like Rhys will probably say that unrealistic stuff, like as you said, the two pit stops in one, the fact that Hayes would have been disqualified on multiple occasions. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, one thing I'll go just for the film is how the females were portrayed in the film. I just didn't get it, and I don't think it. I know you got to do it in a film. You know, you have to have like a love story and things, but I just didn't find that necessary to.
I think if the mechanic who was made the mistakes was a male and she was one of the other mechanics, I'd understand it more. It's just the fact there's two main females and both have weaknesses.
But yeah, I just don't see how it adds. I don't see how that added anything to the actual.
I think it was to appeal to people that aren't into driving. It's to appeal to like the wife of the F1 fanatic who went to watch the movie.
Yeah, but bringing in new fans, that you want them to respect women in this industry. You can't,
like, there's a certain point where you kind of have to generalize the movie a bit.
Maybe,
Which is where it's hard. Which is where for me,
it's a very picky point because there aren't many negatives with the movie, but
that's where with me, where I don't watch films at all. I'm just pure Formula One and stuff. So that's where it's just very hard to,
I understand what
it's very hard for me to understand. Okay, like that's what a film's got to be like, but this is what Formula is actually like.
Yeah,
and it's trying to find that balance in the middle, which is where my second point is the unrealism, the things where he should have been disqualified, Even when he tested, and he had to get in within a second and stuff.
Impossible.
That test would have never happened because you can't do that. You only allowed limited testing in the actual Formula 1 car. So that would have never happened in the first place. The physical. So yeah, more to do with the unrealism. That's my main issue, that I can't watch the film again and not see past those things. But I think from an actual film perspective and the whole story behind it, it's good and things. But I can never watch the film again and go, well, he should have been disqualified there. That's not allowed. He shouldn't do that. And also, he did like 60 laps on the set of softs.
Yeah, that was
You're never doing that.
No, he did like 3 pit stops.
No, but I saw he came in and never changed tyres.
He changed them, but he kept changing them to softs.
Yeah, he kept on doing like.
Yeah, but you have to do 2 different compounds.
Yeah.
But the one thing my friends pointed out as well when I saw it with them was that, you know, the Daytona scene right at the start, he pits and he's in like P7, and then they're like, right, well, we got progress to make, and he comes out the pits and he's right behind P7. But if you pitted when you're in P7, you're not going to come out back in P7 and right behind them. Yeah. He'd have been 30 seconds behind them.
Depends how far ahead he was.
No, he was in P7, just behind P7 when he pitted. They come into the pits and then they come out literally just behind P7. That's not how it works. He'd have lost time.
And also with the race at Daytona as well, he went into the race when it was night, and he came back into the pits when it was day. But he's got to be in the car for 8 hours. He's not in the car for 8 hours. You can't, there's rules around that. I think it's like 3-4 hours is the maximum you can be in the car. So why does he come back when it's day? I know it's a film, but I'm just saying. Yeah. That's where the unrealism.
Fair enough.
And stuff.
All right. Well, thank you very much, guys, for watching the Gradient Show. Check out all of our socials down below, and I believe this might be coming out Monday.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. If it is, we've got a charity match on Sunday with a bunch of influencers, so make sure you get your tickets now. They might have sold out. You never know. £5. So yeah, we'll see you in a bit.